Hello children, welcome back to our class. Today I am ready here to share a beautiful concept with you all. Today is the topic about someone who is very important in our life. We can't find any other alternative to that person in our life. And we can't even imagine some other person in that place. Yes, from whom we have come, by whom we have learnt talking, the one reason for our birth, mother. Today our topic is my mother. So before starting with this topic, I want you all to quickly pause my video, go observe what your mother is doing. I hope you all paused my video, observed your mother. She must be doing something what you have asked for. You children will ask, Mummy, I want to eat this, Mummy, I want to eat that. So Mummy is always busy. See, nowadays mummies are busy with professional work also. They work outside and they come home, they do household work and they also take care of your children. They take care of their family too. So now I think your mother must be busy cooking something what you have asked for, or something what is your favorite food. Or she must be setting your clothes, or she must be sitting right beside you, guiding you what to watch and how to make note of all these points. But definitely your mother will be observing you or doing something which is related to you. That is for sure. Every minute the only thing rings in her brain, rings in her mind is about her children. So special mother is. So today here we have concept my mother. The topic is my mother. Why the poet has given this as my mother? He is describing his mother. He is explaining how his mother was and how his mother is. Okay. So after completing this, I'll give you a task. I'll not forget about it. So here the poet of this poem is Rabindranath Tagore. He is popularly known as Vishwakavi and Gurudev. He was the founder of Shanti Niketan, an experimental school. Shanti Niketan is the school where you learn everything experientially. For example, I tell you that if you put something due to the gravitational force, the thing falls down. But I am just giving you a small example. But here the school what was started by Rabindranath Tagore ji, they teach everything in an experiential way. Like they ask a child, come hold this, throw this, why is it falling down, why isn't it going up? That way they explain everything child has to experience. Experiences, do we forget? No. We don't forget our experience. If I ask you to eat mirchi, will you eat? No, because you already have got an experience of eating mirchi. So experience can never be forgotten. So the concepts are taught here in Shantiniketan school through practical knowledge is given to students there. He was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature for his work Geetanjali, the Song of Offerings. Each of his poems reflects Indian vision and love towards his motherland. Whatever the topic he chooses, whatever his write-up is, there you will find love and affection towards motherland and Indian vision. He is considered the voice of Indian heritage and spiritualism. Such great this man is. So let us quickly enter into the poem, My Mother. If you can see these photographs given in our textbook, it is very cute. You can see a mother rocking a child's cradle, and here you can see the child as a grown up man, and he is looking at his mother through the window. Yes, this is in page number 11. Page number 11 in your textbook. So, children, here the poet is remembering his mother. My mother. I cannot remember my mother. Only sometimes in the midst of my play, a tune seems to hover over my playthings. The tune of some song that she used to hum while rocking my cradle. I cannot remember my mother. See, this man doesn't even remember his mother, means she passed away when he was an infant. When he was just a very small boy, his mother passed away. Very unfortunate thing. I cannot remember my mother. Only sometimes in the midst of my play, in the midst of my play means, mist means in the middle of my play, a tune seems to hover over my playthings. A tune seems to hover over my playthings means, hover means remaining in the air. So a tune what his mother used to hum while rocking the cradle, he feels that tune hover over his playthings means he can feel that music, he can feel that tune of his mother in the air on his playthings. He is remembering his mother, he is missing his mother, and he can feel presence of his mother in that way. I cannot remember my mother. Only sometimes in the middle of my play, a tune, what is a tune? Whose tune is that? Mother's tune, what she used to hum while rocking this child's cradle. So tune seems to hover over my plaything. So he has his own things there. So he feels that the tune is present in that air over his things. The tune of some song that she used to hum while rocking my cradle. Mothers always, they hum some soft music to make child sleep. So the same tune he can hear that, he can feel that. I cannot remember my mother, but when in the early autumn morning, the smell of shuli flowers floats in the air. The scent of the morning service in the temple comes to me as the scent of my mother. So this man tells that I cannot remember my mother, but early autumn mornings, the smell of shuli flowers. Shuli flowers, they give very good fragrance. The perfume smell is awesome, you know. So he can feel presence of his mother by these shuli flowers. Early in the autumn mornings, he can smell these shuli flowers in the air, and also the scent of the morning service in the temple comes to me. Scent of the morning service in the temple means, what do we put near the God? Flowers. Yes. So the smell, flowers and all those things what we use there, all that smell he feels in the early autumn morning. Especially he focuses on shuli flowers because his mother must be using these shuli flowers mostly to pray, to offer to God. Shuli flowers must be offered by her to God most of the times. That's why he feels presence of his mother whenever he smells this shuli flowers, and these shuli flowers must be available during this autumn season. Okay, and this smell matches with the smell of his mother, scent of my mother. I can feel the perfume of my mother, the same perfume mother used to use. I cannot remember my mother. Only when from my bedroom window I send my eyes into the blue of the distant sky, I feel that the stillness of my mother's gaze on my face has spread all over the sky. How beautiful this stanza is. In the beginning of my explanation, I told that your mother must be there around you, observing you or preparing something for you. Yes, but here how beautifully the poet has ended his poem. He tells that I don't remember my mother, but I can see my mother, like when I open my windows and if I look outside, I can feel that my mother is gazing at me. Gazing means looking at me without any distractions, without even blinking her eyes from distant place from the sky, only towards me, not looking here and there. Her complete observation is on her son. I cannot remember my mother. Only from my bedroom window I send my eyes into the blue of the distant sky. Only when I look into the sky, I feel that the stillness means no movement, stillness of my mother's gaze, means mother is observing from sky what her son is doing. On my face has spread all over the sky. See here, if you observe in this photograph how beautifully this man is observing from the window, and you can see the portrait of mother here observing her child. Yes, whether our mother is with us or without us, definitely her blessings will be with us and she will be always protecting us. And whatever may be our age, we are still children. We are like the same love and affection what she shows towards us when we were born, newly born, the same love and affection, in fact more love and affection, more care will be there towards us even if we are 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s or 100s. That is mother. So here I conclude my topic requesting you all, never ever feel your mother as granted. She is so precious in your life. You know, each and every mother is so precious in our life. Without mother, we are nothing. Whatever we are now, that is because of our mother. If we get hurt, she feels the pain. She feels more pain than us. And she will be the first one to sacrifice anything for our benefit. So here I request you all children, because this is the age where you take people for granted. But mother is precious. Take good care of her. Never ever leave her hand. Of course, she holds our hand always, but you too hold her hand very tightly and give her an assurance that yes, I am there for you. I am always there for you. As you protected me when I was an infant child, I am always there for you to protect throughout my life. That assurance and that respect and that love and affection every mother deserves. It is not that only on Mother's Day taking a selfie and putting it as our status and cutting cake on that day. It is not one day celebration, children. And in fact, frankly speaking, I am against this Mother's Day celebrations. That respect what mother gets on that day is the same respect she gets all 364 days? No. She deserves more respect. All 365 days should be as Mother's Day. So that's all for today, and let's catch up with another topic, C reading, a letter to a friend, in our next session. So I told you all that I'll be giving you a task. So the task is you have to write about your mother. Okay? You should tell how great she is, how proud you are to have a mother in your life. Yes? So you write about your mother, what are her likes, what are her dislikes, what she likes from you, what she expects from you, and what do you like so much in your mother. Of course, mother itself is the whole thing what you love, but I want you to write an essay on your mother and read that essay in front of your mother. Okay children, that's all for today. Let's catch up with another concept, as I said, see reading a letter to a friend, in our next class. That's all for today. Thank you all.